your title, One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This, it's quite triggering, especially to someone from Gaza. But I think it would be even more triggering when that one day finally comes along. We spent how long listening to Matthew Miller, for example, Biden's State Department spokesperson, deny, dodge, and evade every question about Israel's war crimes in Gaza. And now that there is some shy shift of the tide and he's no longer in a place of authority, he comes along and lo and behold, he says that he believes that Israel has committed war crimes in Gaza.
I think it is without a doubt true that Israel has committed war crimes.
You wouldn't have said that at the podium.
Yeah, look, because when you're at the podium, you're not expressing your personal opinion. You're expressing the conclusions of the United States government.
Biden, after he left office, gave unusually frank accounts of his frustrations with Netanyahu as well. Heck, even I'll take you back to John Kerry in 2016, his final speech as U.S. Secretary of State. He called Israel out on its settlement expansion. He essentially gave a eulogy for the two-state solution, so much so that Netanyahu came out and he accused him of paying lip service to what he called Palestinian terrorism.
Certainly in the world have any idea how broad and systematic the process has become.
So there is a pattern where moral clarity and public honesty only seem to arrive after people have left positions of authority and after the sort of bad deed has already been done, rather than when it matters most. So my question to you is, why do you think it takes leaving power for the Western leaders to say what they clearly knew all along? And what does that tell us about these institutions themselves?
I suppose the short answer is because, at least I believe, because at all times these people are engaging in a kind of calculus of personal survival and self-preservation. And the combined emphasis on their own careers and their own personal progress, coupled with the complete absence of emphasis on the notion that Palestinians might be human beings, results in exactly this kind of situation. I can't tell you how many times, nor do I need to tell you, you know this full well, how many times I've seen someone do exactly what you've described, and they have the word former in front of their title. I know that it's irrational for me to be more angry and more filled with rage at this particular kind of human being than, say, the person who is actively engaged in this slaughter. But with a person who's actively engaged, I know where I stand relative to a monster. But with this kind of diaphanous moral worldview, where you can just slither in and out of positions at any given moment, someone like Miller, the State Department spokesperson, they're infinitely protected. They'll never be sitting in The Hague. And like you said, this isn't a phenomenon of the current genocide. This is a phenomenon that goes along with essentially a three-quarter century-long occupation. We've seen Barack Obama get caught on a hot mic explaining that he knows full well what kind of human being Netanyahu is. We've seen all of these officials over and over, the second they're done, suddenly come up with this moral clarity. And it's a reminder. It's a reminder of what kind of system we're contending with. And I think that's really the only upside of it, is that once you've seen this happen, you can no longer sort of harbor illusions about a baseline level of good faith in any of this. And at the very, very least, that is clarifying.